If you are planning to come to Australia to work, study, or on a working holiday visa, I want to share a few things that I wish somebody had told me before I came here. Don't get me wrong, I love living in Australia. It has given me opportunities that I wouldn't have had back home. But there were also a lot of challenges that nobody really prepared me for. So before you book that flight, here are a few things that you should know. Hi everyone, I am Kylie Fan and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am an international student on the way to Australian PR through Visa 482 work visa. On this channel, I document my real journey from student life to sponsorship to building financial freedom here in Australia. I create content around migration, career growth, mindset, and investing. So if you are an international student or migrant living in Australia, this channel is exactly what you are looking for. And if this video brings you some value, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. My hope is that by sharing what I learned along the way, I can make your journey a little easier than mine. Alright, let's jump up into today's video. Number 1. Australia is expensive. Yes, Australia has high minimum wage, and compared to many other countries, you can definitely earn more money here. But at the same time, the cost of living is also very high. Rent, groceries, transport, tuition fees, and health insurance. Everything adds up very quickly. For many people, especially international students, your income is just enough to cover your living expenses. So if you're coming here on a student visa, you have to prepare your finances very well before you arrive. If you're coming here mainly to work and save money, you have to work consistently and sometimes extra hours where your visa allows to build meaningful savings. So you and your family shouldn't just prepare enough money to come here. You have to plan it ahead. Have to prepare enough money so that you don't have to worry about your next bill constantly. Number 2, English is not just about your IELTS score. It's more than that. Before coming to Australia, I thought my English was pretty good. I got the score I needed. I assumed that I would be fine, but I was totally wrong. Australia has its own accent, slang, and way of speaking. Even native English speakers from other countries sometimes struggle to understand Australian. If you grew up in Asia like I did, where English wasn't your first language, real-life English conversation can feel a lot different from what you've learned in classroom. At the beginning, when you learn to speak English in real life, you might find it quite embarrassing or sometimes you can be nervous, but you have to get over it. It took me quite a long time to talk to people naturally, so don't just prepare for your English test. Prepare yourself to communicate in real life. It will feel uncomfortable at first, but that's completely normal. Number 3, you have to accept the truth that nobody is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. When you move overseas, you study abroad, you're truly on your own. Your parents are not here. Your friends are not here. If something goes wrong, you have to figure it out yourself. And honestly, at first, it was so scary for me that I have to handle everything by myself. But over time, it builds something very valuable, independence, which you cannot learn if you stay in your home country with your parents around. I grew up in Vietnam surrounded by my family and friends for almost 20 years. Then suddenly I moved to Australia by myself to study and to build a better future here. And I think it was the hardest transition of my life. So I understand that it's sometimes really hard to handle everything by yourself. But once you get through that stage, you will realize that you are so much stronger than you thought. Number 4, Australia can be lonely. And sometimes you find yourself isolated. Social media makes it look like everyone is living their best life. You see people traveling every weekend, they hang out with a big group of friends, going to nice restaurants. But remember, that is just the highlight. What you don't see are the nights that people cry in their room, homesick, stressed, or feeling alone. Living overseas for more than 3 years in Australia taught me one thing very important: learning how to enjoy my own company. When you can be happy by yourself, you will become a lot more confident. You stop chasing unhealthy relationships because you're afraid of being alone. And you will become more intentional about who you let into your life. Moreover, you will have more time to focus on yourself, your goals and your future that you are trying to build. So there is no scary being by yourself, being alone. It's about how you deal with it and how you turn it into your power. If this video brings you some value so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps support my work and allows me to create more content like this. Number 5, you have to know that visa rules change all the time. One thing I wish I understood earlier is how quickly migration law policy can change. Australian migration settings are reviewed regularly, and changes can happen through new policy, visa requirements, or occupation list. A pathway that works today may look completely different after a year or two. That's why planning ahead is so important. I always tell you guys to choose your degree carefully, research your career pathway, and understand your visa options early, because changing direction later can cost you a lot of time and money, and also energy. One thing that you will realize while living here is time is definitely your most valuable asset. Don't waste years following a pathway that you haven't researched properly. Number 6, your first job may not be your dream job. When you first arrive, you probably won't have any Australian work experience. You won't have any local references or a professional network yet. Even if you already have a degree or experience in your home country, finding work in your field in Australia can still take time. Many migrants start in retail, aged care, cleaning, warehouse, or cafes, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Don't be ashamed. You're building a life in a completely different country. Starting from the beginning is normal. Every job teaches you something eventually. So as long as you keep moving forward, you gradually create opportunities to bring yourself closer to the career that you want. Number 7, in Australia, you have to learn actual skills, not just a degree. This is especially important if your goal is to look for employer sponsorship in Australia. A degree alone doesn't guarantee any sponsorship. Employers don't hire qualification. They hire people with actual skill, can solve problems, and can create value. So you have to learn communication, leadership, AI technology, and build your practical experience in your field. The more value that you can offer, the more opportunities you can create for yourself. And my last point is to save your mental health, is stop comparing your timeline. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is comparing themselves to everyone else. Maybe you left your country at 25, started your another degree at 27, or you changed your career because Australia needs a different skill, or maybe you're still learning English while trying to build a new life here. But remember, you weren't born here. You didn't grow up speaking English every day. You left behind your comfort zone and then you came here to start everything over. Your timeline is naturally going to look different. So stop comparing yourself to somebody already bought a house or has been building their life, their career since they were 18. Instead of that, compare yourself to who you were 2 years ago. Are you braver? Are you confident? Are you more resilient? If the answer is yes, so you're already making progress. And that's what really matters. Australia can give you incredible opportunities, but it's going to challenge you the way that you don't expect. If you prepare yourself mentally, not just financially, you'll be in a much better position to succeed. If you're interested in building your career, managing your money, getting sponsored, creating more opportunities in Australia, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel, because that is exactly what my channel is about. and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!